What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of tier lists. I'm joined by Brian, Flock, and Shane again. How are you gentlemen doing from the hour ago that I asked you? We're fresh off the leader tier list.
It was an hour and a half of fighting off Flockton's terrible takes.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Well,
Hooray,
cool.
so good.
Yeah, I mean, if people are curious how we were doing to start the night, go back and check our leader tier list, and then
I'm sweating.
Jack, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah,
I'm great, Flock.
Okay.
Smart Flock.
I feel like we never ask you.
All right, so we're pretty much going to jump in. Again, this will be from a Premier standpoint, but obviously feel free to shout if you think a card is going to be good in draft or sealed. And first up, we have General Grievous. Vigilance, Villainy, 4/4, 3 cost, ground unit. Ignore the aspect penalty on lightsabers. On attack, if you have 4 or more lightsabers.
We're doing the rating thing, that's right.
We are indeed rating.
I forgot that we were doing that.
Yeah.
Hold up.
What have we been doing for the last hour and a half?
Yeah, what?
I haven't been grading them.
He's been throwing random letters on the. Doesn't even read the
Yeah,
card.
Coordinate's going to be the best thing in the set. Rex is F tier. Delete
Also,
him.
Rex
Rex
is
sucks.
I put
He
Rex
does.
below Padme.
Okay, I think I am maybe ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Dude, yes.
Whoa, we're
Yeah.
starting
This
off
was so good.
spicy.
Yes.
I mean,
So good.
a 3-drop.
Wait. Let Flock go first.
Yeah.
So
Let
my
Flock go first.
So my original thing was I think I originally wanted him in like B+. But then after I was because like I like the official tag and everything, but then I think I'd prefer the 3/3/5 with a better ability. You're never gonna get his lightsaber thing off. You're his own attack, and then you're probably not really gonna use him for the official tag. So he just seems like a 3/4/4 blank, in my opinion. The only upside is if you can get the Grievous wheel bike on him.
Yeah.
That's the only upside I can see. So, but like I don't want to worry about a combo with a 3-drop getting a Grievous wheel bike, as that's how I'm rating him. You know what I mean?
Counts as a lightsaber, right?
Should.
If
Grievous
only.
wheel bike. Yeah.
That's the
No,
only
I'm with
take.
you, Flock. I think I agree with most of what you said, which surprised me. But I think 4/4 is solid stats, but I do think there's a lot of 3/5 options that are really good. His on attack, isn't going to happen. But being able to just play lightsabers on this guy is big. I mean, getting but again, you're not going to get their abilities most of the time because he's not a force unit. I mean, it depends. I guess there are some lightsabers force unit, but you're not going to get some of those abilities. And but Wheelbike makes me want to put him up a little higher. But I went
Yeah.
B because I rated Obi-Wan too high, and then we had to move him down. So I'm just trying to play it safe. Just trying to play safe.
To me, I don't know. I feel like I value the 4/4 more than the 3/5 potentially. Like I just view like Vader pulling him, and now you pulled 9/11. Never forget. Worth the stats if you're playing Vader and pulling Grievous. So
Yeah, pulling him with Vader's good.
I was like, where are you going?
I
Where are we
What are
going?
you saying, brother?
So patriotic.
mean, Separatist, like the other 3/5s, like you have to be yellow for Boba. You have to be. You can just run Toro, but like the Underworld tag probably just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the Separatist official, I feel like is going to matter more than.
That's good. That's good traits. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other. Because villain, yeah, there's Boba Fett, there's Toro, and then now, or for 3/5s, and that's really it, and DJ as well. At the 3-drop slot. So that's pretty much where do you rank? I guess the 4/4s versus 3/5s. So we
Jack,
were
if
all
you really
over.
wanna
So
put
where are
him
we
in
putting them?
S, You can. I'm more comfortable. So we had a C, a B, an A, and an S. I would
I
bump
think
my B. I'd bump my B up to an A. So if you want to do
I
A,
bumped
I'm
my
fine
C
with
up to
it.
a B.
Okay.
All right,
So
so
A.
we can go.
Yeah, we can go A. Yeah.
So
I'm fine with it. I'm convinced. I'm not at S. There's a lot of good legendaries this set, I think.
really, we're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to talk
I
about
guess
it.
not.
We talked
There's a lot
about
of
we
good
talked about it yesterday, Jack and I was like,
Can we not talk about it?
I think they're better than last set in a lot of ways, but who knows? Maybe I'm drunk.
Brian said the same thing, and then I like read them all off, and he was like, "Well, okay, maybe."
Well, these all suck.
I ended up unintentionally. This was a couple drinks in. I unintentionally ranked them all the same.
They were like all like B, like whatever.
Yeah, I was like,
Ah,
yep, this is fine. There's more good
all
than
right,
bad.
I'm gonna be high up on this list then.
All right.
Of course.
Next up, we have Satine, 4 cost, Vigilance, Heroism, 0 attack, 6 health, Mandalorian official. Each unit, including enemy units, gains action, exhaust them, discard cards from an opponent's deck equal to half this unit's remaining HP. Round it up.
Yeah.
Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Brian.
I thought so. Yeah. So when this card got announced, that whole week, I was like, let me think about all the ways this could work. And I even went down because I was like, this is like a good A minus. But I totally forgot about her the week afterwards when new cards came out and the shiny new toy was gone. But it's a lot harder to make this your win condition than I want it to be, right? Like, it's cool they're adding mill. I mean, it's not really cool. I hate mill, but it's cool they're adding mill. It's cool they're adding a different condition to get you there. Like, if you throw a double blue deck together, which I did with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan isn't the one I choose anymore, but you've got some beefy units in there that can, you could exhaust and get rid of a good amount of cards from the deck, but there's still 50, right? There's 40, 44, let's say. And at that same time, she's easily snipeable off the board. I've actually talked myself out of it, which is not big. But she's lower. I want her to be the same thing I said with Asajj, where I want her to be good. I think the same thing's happening here. I also could concede that she would be C+ to C-. But again, my own personal bias, I want to throw her up high. She's hard to she's too easily snipeable. You know what your opponent's doing if you put Satine down. So she's bad. Sorry.
I think
My
I
fault,
am
my fault.
the local expert here, since the one video I've made in the last 4 months was on this card because I got to spoil the Duchess's champion. Yeah, I actually am really happy that Mill's coming into the game. I think it's a good thing for the game to just also to give an alternate win con. And I'm actually really glad it's this, because you have to see the unit, it has to stay alive. So there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through to make it work. Because milling in general, yeah, it's not going to be super fun to get milled every game. So I like that it's not the main win condition of the deck. I think you still need to play a deck that can do other things, but you could have this as a swap out if you need to. I just can't see it happening consistently, so that's why I'm fine with her anywhere in C. I just think, I don't know. I think she's solid for one particular deck. I think double blue is like the only place you're going to really want to play her, and about it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, even if Mill Dex becomes decent and she's great in those, that's still only like one niche deck where she's ever relevant.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, even beyond her getting sniped, like your opponent now has the first action to mill you first. Like you play her, and then it's like, okay, and then if you're just milling all of your units, that means you're not interacting with the board, and
Agreed.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she sucks, Brian.
Yeah.
Let me live in the clouds, brother.
I mean, I really only see her like in like the Ray, using an array deck when you're trying to go control-ish. Because you're a lot of times you're trying to mill. You're like, okay, I'm facing with a control. Throw this in. I could do more milling if I don't want to do the control matchup. But also, I just see this as an introduction card. Like, I think she's like a D in this pool of 18. But I feel like is it 18, whatever, however many number there are.
16.
4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, 16. I think she's D. But like I see as more sets go on, where more mill cards come out, this card value goes up. But I think right now, I don't see there being like a mill deck. It's going to be a situational mill.
I actually think her best spot is in Iden double blue.
Yeah.
They paid 2 extra for it because that's just like a control stall mill deck anyways.
Yeah, it might be.
Cool. Disgusting.
All right. Next up, we got Ki-Adi-Mundi, the worst Jedi of all time, and that's why he's not heroism. Just vigilance, 5 cost, 5 attack, 7 health. Coordinate. When an opponent plays their second card each phase, you may draw 2 cards. Force, Jedi, Republic. Reveal in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go, boys.
Solid, Shane.
He's the best Jedi of all time, Jack.
Jedi.
Jedi. Yeah,
Bro's about to commit war crimes in that art, by the way. Just so you know. If he's on J,
Yeah, that is
he's-
literally
yeah, he
exactly
really
he's
where
about to go
gone.
burn people's homes.
Yeah, he is a pretty terrible Jedi, honestly. Forehead's ugly as hell. Good traits, 5/7, 5 drop. I'm a fan. Interesting that he's just blue, but I know they're doing that for multiple reasons this set. But I think that coordinate is actually really solid. Now again, it's coordinate, so I don't know how often it's going to be on. I haven't played this set, so it might not be on all that often. I think he's going to stay alive decently with 7 health. But if you get to draw 2 cards one time and you played a 5/7 on 5, who's a Force and Jedi and Republic, I think there's some real value in that. Now there are some other 5 drops coming up that are really solid as well, so I will question it, but I think he's actually really good. I mean, if you got I obviously put above Grievous. I'm not a huge Grievous fan. I get Wheelbike's pretty nasty, but I think this guy's, I don't know. I dig it, and I'm not even a big coordinate guy. I mean, I'm not going to rate Rex D, but I think he's solid.
All right, since you came after me, I gotta say next.
Yeah,
So
hit me.
I think I love his coordinate ability. I think you'll be able to get it off, but but
Excuse me.
I feel like you'll be able to get it off. But I feel like also it's gonna be more so when you have coordinate on, you're gonna force your opponent to maybe not play a unit until they defeat another unit. So I think it buys you time. More so, I don't think you're gonna get the coordinate off, but I think also you're gonna force your opponent to make a different decision on what they want to do. Say they wanted to play a unit, but your coordinate's on there. Say, well, I don't want you to draw 2 cards. Is this unit worth you drawing 2 cards? So it's going to cause them to do other things, and yeah. So I feel like that's going to be more so how it's going to turn out.
That's fair.
I also don't like that. Like some of the other coordinate cards that I like are generally you doing something, and so you can get like an immediate effect, or like you can time it. Like we'll talk about Ayla in a second. Like you can generally time
Yeah.
when her attack happens. Whereas Ki-Adi-Mundi, they could like turn off the coordinate, play their second card. Separate actions, not with the same one. But I just don't like that your opponent is going to have multiple actions to interact with it. But I mean, 5/7 at 5, like it's fine. I mean, we saw 4/7 Force unit with Rey not see any play. So it's like, how much better is the one attack and the potential coordinate than her? I mean, I think it's potentially better, likely better, but like, if she was barely seeing play, even if he's better than that, like how much of a step that is.
I think the Republic tag is solid. And I don't think you're a big believer in the Republic tag, right, Jack?
There's been some more like payoff, but it's like one of those things that are just like, where has it mattered in, and like where will it matter with Ki-Adi-Mundi as a unit?
Yeah, well, I just like that the one upgrade in particular, the +3/+3 costs 2 less if you have 3 Republic guys out. I think that's solid, and that one clone that gets +3 health if you have 3 Republic guys out. He's got coordinate +3 health.
Yeah, the blue one, the 51st or something.
Yeah. I like those 2 a lot for that, because it's kind of like pseudo coordinate stuff where you're getting extra health or you're getting a nice upgrade. But I really like that you can, like, say you go second on that turn 5. If they're not just playing a 5-drop, say they play anything else, or they might attack first or whatever, you can play him, and it's like if they played a card first, it's still tracking. So when an opponent plays their second card each phase, so it's like you could play at him when they've already played a card, and that helps you mitigate all the things that they could do. But you are right; it is ultimately an action window that your opponent's going to get to choose if they want to activate it or not. But yeah, giving your opponent's options. So I've walked down. I agree. You can put him below.
You gonna go B?
Yeah, but I'm going to argue for higher than the bottom of B until I look at the rest of the cards and I say, "Wait, I'm an idiot." And then,
No, yeah, I mean he's one that simply could be just better than MTI because it's hard to judge coordinate, because that like the ability's insane, right? Yeah, drawing 2 cards is going to be very punishing.
Yeah, and Tyler actually tweeted out today too.
Yeah, what was it? You like couldn't play a second card?
Yeah, it was
Was the
something
original
like that.
design of it?
Yeah, it's like they only can play one card each phase or something. Something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
each opponent can't
so-
play more than one card each round with coordinate.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
which I could see. Yeah, because again, that exact situation. If they played a card and then you played this, it's like, oh, well, you're done playing cards this turn.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one, the Invasion of Christophsis. Separatist plan, exploit 4, choose an opponent, defeat each unit that player controls. Costs 15. So you can decrease it by 8. Make it 7. Gosh, this is one that like haven't played with enough either to like even know.
Yeah.
Like if you have questions about exploit, you're gonna have questions about exploit 4.
Yep. Yeah.
But 3, 2, 1. I can't see yours, Brian.
Oh, Jack.
Sorry, I gotta find the right place
Wrong
to
way. Like towards the camera.
what?
Put it towards the camera. Still can't see it, Brian. It's off screen. We can't see it.
Oh, it's off screen for you? Oh, I can see it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
can
sorry. Yeah, I guess you can see something on video.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you're like holding it over your
Oh,
head.
shit,
Can't see it.
sorry.
Still can't see it. And you just weren't moving.
I put it away from the glare more, so yeah.
So what? You were C+. I was A.
Yeah.
What were you guys? Shane and
see.
Paul?
I was C+ as well.
Good old D.
Fox D.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's like, yes, you defeat all their units, but you're like exploiting 4, so it's like kind of like you're defeating all your. But it's like if you even just have like one big unit out, and you can exploit 4 and pay 7, like with just the droids out, and just wipe their board.
Yeah.
I'm putting A because I'm hopeful. I don't think it'll ever be like a 3 of, but I mostly put A because Super Laser Blast was played, and there's like a potential for this to come
Yeah.
into that slot. Now, it's definitely different because Super Laser Blast is like really good catch-up, and it's like if you're behind, you can just blast, and then you're both even. Whereas the Invasion of Christophsis, if you're at 8 resources and have nothing on the board, you're not going to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, A, I think I'm a little hopeful. We can definitely come down from that.
Yeah, I put it above Satine is kind of where I was going. I just think,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it has really big blowout potential, so that's why I kind of went above Satine. Because yeah, if it is like nuke gun raise like Dream, right? If you have like 4 battle droids out at that point, you can blow those up and keep like, other units that you actually have. It's cool. So that's
Yeah.
why I kind of went above her.
That works
my-
for me.
my
You guys
first-
all
my
were
first-
pretty low, so I can just.
Yeah, my first thought is this is just like a control deck kind of thing.
And
but,
you
like,
hate those.
I hate those. But like it's a control deck kind of thing, and yeah, you're gonna want to have stuff on the board, and if you don't have it, it's kind of a dead card. And I feel like by the time you get to even 7, 8, 9 resources, you're just starting to get stuff on the board. And unless this exploit is very good, where you're able to, on turn 7, turn 8, have a big unit on the board, and then also now generate a bunch of droids, I just see it being a dud.
My
Hey,
man's
what's
the
that one
biggest
thing?
exploit hater, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There is that card that generates 4 droids, right?
The yellow villain one?
The,
On the doorstep? Is that what it is?
no, there's a unit. Isn't there a unit that generates 4 droids?
Oh, the invisible hand? Yeah.
Yeah, the invisible hand. Yeah.
Yeah, space unit.
Yeah, space unit. So I'm just do that and
Yeah.
then blow up everything. It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd have, like I said, I'm a believer in exploit. It's hard because
Yeah.
exploit, a lot of the other ones, you can, like, just do 1 or 2 and you feel like you got good value, whereas this one, it's like you almost have to do all 4 to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even at 9, it's probably not terrible if you're, like, sacking 3 things and then can get board control.
Definitely. Yeah,
But, yeah.
it's fine.
All right, on to the next one. Ayla, Secura, 5 cost, command heroism, ground unit, 6 attack, 5 health, force Jedi Republic. Coordinate on attack, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to this unit for this attack. So just like Han, pretty much. 3, 2, 1. A minus, S, B plus. What's the ECL?
With ECO.
Oh, yeah. And that's my kind of thing, was like, anytime I just like, again, it was limited to the games that I've only played with, like Rex ECLs, where I've gotten to really play with it. But it was like, if I used ECL on Shock T, then I've like resourced Ayla every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could run Timely, I guess, if you really want to get that ambush out, is where I'm going with it. Again, I like that. I think green is getting a really fun boost for hero. So I like the traits again. I mean, I just like those traits. I think they're all relevant. But yeah, I mean, I think Han's ability is so good. So to have that as an option in an earlier card, I think it's just solid. That being said, there have been a lot more really solid 5-drops coming out. So I can also see maybe not S, but I don't know. I think she's solid. Yeah, and with ECL. Wait, Brian, you're saying she's a B plus without or with
No,
ECL?
with UCO.
Oh wow.
Oh
Okay.
wow, yeah, I'd even say she's. I would say if you can get coordinate ECL off with her, she's like in
Yeah.
an A or S even. But
That's
the
where
issue
I'm
is like
at,
she's kind of mid without it. Like if
Yeah,
my 5 resource like Rex flip term and all I do is drop Ayla, I don't know.
not a great
If
turn. Yeah.
if Flock is the biggest exploit hater, I'm the biggest coordinate hater. Anything that I see coordinate on, immediately I put that a tier lower than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because
love
I hate coordinate, dude. I think it's gonna suck. I think it's gonna
It
suck.
may. It may.
And like I mean, I do think my view of it is inflated too, because like I deploy Rex and then I ECL
Yeah,
her
boom.
in, and I now have like that is coordinate. Those are 3 units
Yep.
right there.
See, but
You're
this
done.
is the line that you're talking about. Every deck has that one line that I was talking about last video. Every leader has like the ooh, and then you surprise strike with Asajj and you kill Boba kind of thing. You know, like it has a niche situation, but like I don't know. What's she 5? She's 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
5, 6.
that's a
5 for
more
a
like
6/5.
linear.
5 for a 6/5 Force Jedi isn't the worst thing in the world, but like
Because like if I go Battlefield Marine into the 3 cost create 2 into, I don't know, even if you Yularen, right? Say I play 1 under curve, it's like I've gotten 4 units out. Now I can deploy 2 more, and then I can ECL. So it's like, will you have been able to deal with seven units?
yeah.
At
No,
least
I
5.
hear
So
you. That makes sense.
the surprise strike issue with Asajj is just like they could just kill her like with a
immediately.
slight breeze. Whereas this, it's like I feel
Yeah.
like it's a little harder. But yeah,
With
outside
4
ECL, I don't know.
Bo-Katan pings. Exactly.
Yeah, 4 Bo-Katan things.
I'm also just realizing that we didn't get a double blue legendary this set. Bless up.
Yes, let's go.
Bless up, dude. Get them out of here.
So where are we going? A? I
That could concede A. Yeah, that's fine.
think we had an S and 2 A's, so I think we got to go A somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right. Next up, Fearic Assault. Double green, 3 cost. It's a disaster for this phase. Each friendly unit gains
That's
when
a disaster.
defeated. It is a disaster. When defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy ground unit. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. D, C minus, C.
I guess I'm the highest one, so I go first. Yeah, which is weird. Yeah, so I just do not like this at all, really. I mean, I could see it being good situations where you know you're going to exploit, so you can basically exploit a bunch of stuff and then also now deal a bunch of damage while playing something big. So you could turn the tables, but I feel like it's going to be a very, very niche thing.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
you,
feels,
you have to have a lot of resources at this point. Because if you're going to pay, you're only really going to want to do it in like double green, really. So now you have to have 3 resources to play this. And you have to have more resources, a few more resources to exploit something really big enough. But I mean, it's going to be you're gonna have to get 2 cards off for it to get real value.
yeah, it feels like a little bit of a win more. Like
Mhm.
if you're doing that, you're like, you're hitting this. They're not interacting with anything. Before that you played this, and then you play this, and then your dream is you
Yeah.
exploit 4 things and get a big. It's just like
Yeah, I mean it's good when you get it off. Like it'll be great, which is why
if it could do like damage to the base as well.
I'll say if it was
that's-
base, I'd be all in on this
Cool.
card.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah,
especially like the
exactly.
flexibility of either. But the fact that
Yep.
it's only units, it's like I don't
Yeah,
know. This wasn't even a consideration for me to like put in my double green.
yeah. This is not what I was talking about when I said there's some good legendaries.
Well, all right. Well, we had a 2 Ds and a C minus. I feel like that warrants a D and a C.
Yep, I'm cool with it.
All right. Next up is Clone. 7 cost ground unit, just command. 0/0 has a clone trait. You may have this unit enter play as a copy of a non-leader unit, non-vehicle unit in play, except it gains the clone trait and is not unique. Only the cards printed. Attributes are copies, which is like all the when playeds, all the stats, all the pretty much everything, except for like the artist. I think is what even the rulebook said or something. Ready in 3, 2, 1. B minus A, B minus B. Brian's got that C
Oh.
plus, and Brian's got that
Oh,
double
crap, I gotta
rating.
go.
He's scared.
Pick one, Brian. Pick one.
All right.
Scared.
2 points. 1, it can be played in a Nala Say deck, and you don't have to pay the off aspect for the clone. That's big. 2, as somebody who does not buy unlimited product, I can now copy my opponent's cool units with this just one card. Think it's good. And then I guess the other point is just, yeah, it's situational. It's just cool. It's like if they came in with a big ambush with a wrecker or with a maul or with anybody else, and then you could just hit it right back. It's really fun. But especially the next card we're going to talk about, Gore. I mean, it's like, end case. But I think with Exploit, they're putting out some pretty big things. You could play for 7 and copy something pretty large that way. I think that's really cool. So I'm a fan. I think it's obnoxiously flexible. So that's why I went as high as I did.
Yeah.
But then again, countering myself is like, all right, then what exactly is your deck doing? Because it's kind of just depending on what your opponent's doing. So do you just want to make your own deck more consistent? I get that. But I think the flexibility warrants it being pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I mean, I like this one because I gave it a B. I like it because we're going to be doing some fun stuff. Because I think the best part about this is it's not unique, so you can do this multiple times, which is gonna be the cool thing about it. So you could copy the same thing over and over again. Say one turn you copy something, and you can literally next turn play it again and copy it again. So
You can clone a clone, right?
Yeah.
You could just play this on top of your other clone.
yeah. So that's one thing I like about it, but also, yeah, it's very situational. So it's like you're gonna have to wait to use it really, and then you
Yeah, it's
can't
a good
just
point.
play it. You can't just play it. You have to wait to then use it to basically counter. So if
Yeah.
basically someone knows you have that, you're like, well, I'm not gonna play my crazy things because they're just holding on to that to wait to play it.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's one of those like high ceiling, low floor, where you got to really just time it right, which makes me worried for it.
Yeah.
That's why I put it so low.
Okay,
Because I suck.
No, you weren't far off. Didn't we put? You and I both put
What'd
B
you
minus.
I put B minus C plus. No,
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
one of those cards where like in theory, it's neat and it's cool, but like I don't know how often you're gonna. It's very niche, and therefore I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some blowout play lines, but then there's just some times where it's like, what do I do with this card? What am I going to
Mhm.
like? Yeah,
Yeah, and it is bad, I guess, if you're going into like a mostly vehicle deck. It doesn't happen all that often. And it can't copy leaders, so there are things where it's like, all right.
the funniest
But
one
I
is
still-
copying your own Snoke though. So everything is -4,
100%.
-4.
It's insane. Yeah. I love that it can copy your own units too. So it's like you
Yeah.
do have that option to be like, all right, well, if I'm already winning, it's not just a dead card. It can actually help me finish the game because I can just copy my own thing that I have.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for them to play something. I could just.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm slapping 3 of these puppies in every game that I play. You know what I mean? Is it good? I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun. It'll be cool. It'll be funny, haha. But like,
Funny, huh?
is it winning me the game? Maybe it could. Could.
So what are we
I
saying?
don't know.
Low B?
I'm fine with it below Kiati. Yeah, it's fine.
Because what, we had 2 B minuses. Flock, what'd you say?
B.
B. And then you had A
I said
plus.
No,
Yeah.
I was A or
Just
A
A.
minus. I think. I forget.
Yeah.
Or just A.
That seems fine to me. All right. Next up, we have Gore, a 12-cost ground unit, just command, 7/7 separatist creature, exploit 3, sentinel, ambush, overwhelm. What the heck? There we go.
To adjust for where we are. Hold on. Sorry.
3,
Alright.
2, 1. S minus
AA.
AAS. Yeah, I can see S.
Maybe.
I think I was
Yeah,
close
this
to even
is-
putting him there too.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very, very good card. Exploit 3. I mean, for this card, like, yeah, you want to get exploit 2 off at least, but exploit 3 would be the best. But exploit 2 will still be good, where you get sentinel, ambush, overwhelm. This is gonna be very good. 7/7 is good. And it's a separatist
dude.
good. Separatist as well, so it'll be good for Dooku.
I
so
love
you can
my-
even exploit it
yeah.
for some more. So like
Yeah,
that's
flop.
gonna be nasty.
Exploit him for
Hates
6, dude. Make him
exploit, but
free.
loves exploit.
That's insane.
Free.
No, but
0.
exploit's trash, dude.
Exploit's bad, but also I can't wait to exploit Gore out, bro.
For 6.
I didn't say exploits. Look, I might have said it's bad, but
I'm
I
pretty
just
sure
think
you guys see
I just think
exploit.
coordinates better than exploit, personally.
You're still.
I'm an exploit believer, and I think this is one of the better exploit top end cards.
Yep.
So that's why I'm putting it up in S. I just think it's really, really solid. 7/7 Sentinel, so I mean it has some decent functionality. If you want it to be a big Sentinel body, you just don't ambush, or you ambush into a battle droid or something small. If you want to just push damage, you do that. If you want to trade with something big, you do that. I love this thing. I'm very excited for this guy. And it feels cool because it's like last set you have Crate as like that big. I mean, we have the Finalizer. We have Crate as like the big unit. and
Playable
This
big
one
unit.
playable
Oh,
big unit. This guy can come out, at 6, and it's not that unrealistic that that's going to happen sometimes. You let if your opponent's not playing bow and there's a couple battle droids lingering around, you're playing this thing. It's really
Yeah.
solid.
Mhm.
And it's
I like this guy.
the Store Showdown top 8 card.
Yeah, thank God for that. That's awesome. It's really good.
I'll get a bunch of them.
On to the next one. I didn't even read it yet. Darth Maul. 5 cost, ground unit, aggression, villainy, 5 attack, 6 health, force, Sith. This unit can attack 2 units instead of 1. This unit deals its combat damage to both defenders, and they both deal their combat damage to this unit. All damage is dealt simultaneously. All right, reveal in 3, 2, 1. A plus, S, and then I'm the low one.
Another S. Flock,
Another
you
S,
were
dude.
waiting for these ones, baby.
Yes. So Maul is going to be is great. 5 drop, 5/6, and you can take out 2 units. But I think where he's really going to shine is with Maul with the overwhelm is going to be fantastic with him. That's where I see him.
I'm a
Force tag
believer.
Sith. He's going to be a lot of fun to play. A lot of fun. And even you slap a fallen lightsaber on him, even more damage spreading around the field. Love it.
Yeah, so that won't trigger twice, right? That on attack. He still is only
Not the on
attacking.
attack.
only doing
but,
one
like, he'll have
attack,
the-
yeah.
He'll have the plus.
But
plus
he's still,
damage and health.
he's
Plus
still
damage
an
and
8
health.
attack.
Yeah.
8 attack, and he's weakening the 2 things that he's going to overwhelm through with
Yep.
that play. Yeah, I mean, that's.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. It fits nice. I mean, now you got 5th sister, 5th sister,
5th brother, 7th sister.
12th brother,
Seventh
7th
sister.
sister, 7th sister, and Darth Maul.
And a
Both
The only
Dark
thing I
five
don't like
drops.
about it is that the only thing I like about it is
And
2
a
5
Barge.
drops. So you have you have 7th sister in Darth Maul right now at the 5 drop.
Yeah,
So that's the only thing. I don't know if you want both of them. Maybe be a 2 and 2, but it probably
I
won't
think
be
you
a
could just,
3 and 3, or maybe
I
even
haven't thought
3
about
1.
Seventh Sister in so long.
Yeah,
But-
so
I said-
why is
yeah.
she in consideration? she
Yeah,
she
you
doesn't
just
even
Darth
work
Maul
with
is-
Maul. She
You don't
she
need her.
just
No, I don't
Saboteur
know
hits
with
base.
Maul, but yeah, I'm just saying if you want more force
They don't.
units. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fan, dude. I think he's really solid.
Yeah, I mean they definitely got like a good amount of more force units. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know if 7 sisters that, but I mean you probably still run 5th brother simply because
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any other options at the 3, but
He's
yeah, I mean it does pique your interest of like Force Lightning finally coming in and like being playable, but it's like you could go 5th brother,
Oh.
Asajj, Maul, deploy Maul, Savage, and Dooku, and then you could throw
That
Kit Fisto
double
in there.
red. That double red was so fun with Vader with actually using Force Lightning all the time, and now I
Yeah.
just feel like it's way more viable with this drop. I think this adds a lot to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean we got
Seems really
4 like villain aggression
Yeah,
force unit users plus Kit Fisto,
God, play
who's neutral.
hit this.
Kid Fist.
Just so ready to hit.
Yeah.
My issue is just like he feels like a legendary who's stapled to ECL or like some type of ambush trick in.
agree.
Like
I hate what ECL has done to this game, but I agree.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
he just feels like I mean 5 drop can get away with just playing him, right? You're
Yeah.
on the cusp of that. But it's like you even think about like Poe, like how sad is it sometimes to just drop Poe for 5? Like
A limp Poe.
that's your turn.
Yeah,
And I worry that he fits into that as well. And it's like, yeah, obviously you play him next turn, you flip Maul, you have Overwhelm, and you put Fallen Lightsaber on, one of them, and he swings in for a crap ton of damage. But I just don't know how, like, realistic that is.
Yeah, you might have to just in that situation, you might just have to tap Maul before you flip them to let this Maul attack with Overwhelm, right? That's what old Maul can do. Or sorry, the leader Maul. You can just exhaust the leader unit.
Yeah.
So just to save that action if you claim and you get your 2 attacks. Yeah, you're not getting Fallen. But I mean, or option 1, yeah, you could just drop Fallen and say, all right, I have 9 health now, try to deal with it. Or just tap Maul and swing in for that. So
I mean, in that case, you could also just save the Fallen for Maul leader when he flips.
yeah.
Yeah.
Works as well. Yeah. He still has Overwhelm, so
So
at least he can do that.
Yeah. I just worry there's a lot of interaction going on between the big blowout play and when you first play
Yeah.
Maul.
It's fair. You might not get that big dream play of Fallen Lightsaber on this Maul, but even if this Maul is just attacking 2 things and smacking 2 things pretty solidly, and then you're flipping Maul, it might be a big enough swing on that turn 6. Like if you get initiative going into turn 6 with Maul on the board, and you have the other Maul, if this Maul lives, I think it could be really dangerous.
Yeah.
I
You
like-
almost want to force it so you can create like a 3-for-1. But 6
Yeah.
health, I don't know if he'll.
Yeah.
I don't know how many 3-for-1s he'll get. It definitely buy you a 2-for-1 though.
I honestly haven't thought of him outside of that deck, so I probably just rated him purely based on that. But yeah, I mean with ECL he is solid too, so maybe he does have value
Yeah.
in other decks for sure.
I have him in my Django deck.
All right, I'm out. I gotta go, guys.
So what?
Mango
What
Park.
where was everybody? I was the lowest at B+. We had 2 S's and an
Yeah.
I said A+. Yeah,
I was A+.
Do you think he's above Grievous?
I do.
I do.
I do. I think that's killing Jack on the inside.
Yeah, dude, I'm dead. That's wild.
So
Look at all those lightsabers, though. This is awesome.
Clone Wars, baby.
I'm liking it.
I hate the Kiadi Moody so high up.
I mean, that's what he will. I feel like he was always just going to be legit in middle of the pack.
Yeah, he's
War
not that high
criminal
up.
loser.
He's dead center.
He's
I'm
a
happy with
war
that.
criminal loser.
You guys would have had him below Satine if I didn't step up and.
I put B.
See, is
Brian had
promoting.
Satine and A-. Let's calm down
Yeah,
when we're
Satine-
talking.
Yeah.
Good point.
All right. Next up, let's stop thinking about how Maul's above Grievous. 10 cost, resolute, aggression, heroism, space unit, 8 attack, 8 health, Republic vehicle, capital ship. This unit costs 1 less to play for every 5 damage on your base. When played and on attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy unit and each other enemy unit with the same name as that unit. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. DC B-B.
Wow.
I saw Floxman whip around that B, and I was like, nope. I'm wrong.
I will. All right, so I will say I did have it D at first, but then I read the card, and then I saw that it. Then I saw that it has a when played on attack, deal the 2 damage, and I'm like, I'm more intrigued now thinking about that. So even now, if you're only say you only have 10 damage on you and you're paying 8 for this, which is probably the most I want to spend for this card, really, you're gonna get for 8. You're getting an 8/8, and then you'll deal 2 damage, and you potentially can kill more if there's clones or battle droids or whatever. But then your next turn, you're basically doing the same thing. You can start. You literally, once you get this off, you can literally just stop the exploit units because they're probably going to do battle droids. So you can just completely stop exploit by just they drop something. Yep, I'm going to kill it all. Yep, they drop. I'm going to kill it all. And then so that's where I see this going to be like a really good anti-exploit, even like coordinate too with all the clone troopers. But I see that now. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing like you're doing a lot of damage every single turn. And hey, if they have 2 Mauls out there, you're spanking both Mauls, you know?
Counterpoint. I did say, and I need to stick to my guns on this one, that I really want to play Anakin.
Yeah.
And this is Anakin's
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? So, like, it
But
comes in on
counterpoint,
7.
there's good cards that work with his ability that aren't the resolute.
But counterpoint.
There are good cards
I
that
wanted
aren't
to.
terrible cards like this.
I
that
wanted
work
to.
with.
No, it's fair. No, I definitely could concede that it's much lower. I'm willing to go C.
Yeah, I put C flat because I liked it above Satine, but below that blue card that has some potential. Well, that's where I was kind of feeling it.
I can see that.
But it is a big ship. It's a big body. But like,
Yeah.
yeah. So what? The dream is you play this for what? 5?
7, 6.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, 5 is you're probably going to die if you play this for 5, right? I mean, but yeah, you play it for 6 or 7, and you have an 8/8 in space. It's like okay. And then on play, you got to deal 2 damage to 1, maybe a couple things. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't even know if it's fast enough for Annie. I don't know if Anakin even wants it.
Yeah.
I guess he might, but
When you're at the point where you're playing this above curve, you're probably just gonna die. And then if you're playing this
That's
on
what I
curve,
feel like,
there's
yeah.
probably like you're just gonna get outclassed by all the like in the world of 8 drops. Where does this rank? I don't know. To me, one of the lower ones. I would think. I would need to
I
see them
agree.
all, but
just that the when played is not impactful enough, and you're probably going to die
no.
pretty soon after it comes out.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Yeah, it's like
Let me live my dreams, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
just like there's definitely some 8 drops that it's better than. Like I just looked them up, but it's like this or Redemption, this or Home One or Reinforcement Walker. I'm just doing the hero ones potentially. Chewbacca, the Assault Cruiser, the Spider Droid,
Yeah,
and the AT-AT Vanguard. Like it's definitely better than a good amount in there,
agreed.
but also it's like significantly worse than. And this is if it's at 8. This is where you're
Yeah, and then
potentially playing it.
just playing like old Mace is better at 7 because at least immediately can ambush or something. I don't know.
No, I'm fine with where Shane said, but the reason I would probably put it below Satine is that if Satine does have a good deck, she's going to be the center of that. Whereas I feel like this just isn't going to. This is like, I guess I'll play this because there's a lot of clones and droids in the meta or something.
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
All right. On the next one. Unlimited Power, 6-cost event, double aggression, force. Deal 4 damage to a unit, 3 damage to a second unit, 2 damage to a third unit, and 1 damage to a fourth unit. All damage is dealt simultaneously.
Flock, before we grade this, just think about playing this for 8 with Django Fett, and you could exhaust all 4
Dude, I'm
units.
not gonna lie, that did come across my mind.
All right, I was joking.
Reveal in 3, 2,
Uh,
1.
Oh crap! All right, well, I mean, I've been talking about double red this entire time.
Yeah. This goes into
You mean
double
Shane's
blue.
the only one that knows
Double
that plays
blue.
double red. So
double
I
green.
mean, of course, I'm gonna have to rate this a little bit higher. Yeah, mainly I'm just looking at the C cards, and that's why I think I could put B minus. But realistically, I think there's other cards that are going to go above this in B, so maybe top of C is more accurate, or even middle of C. It is pretty cool removal for 6 in double red because it's pretty wide. I love the removal package that you see. You know, you bring back Force Lightning, which hasn't seen much play, and then you can add this in that double red deck. I think it's fun. That being said, I don't know if it's actually that good because again, you're not getting the full value unless they have 4 units out. It's got
Right.
big blowout potential, but your math's got to be pretty dang good. So
And you also have to hit your own units if it doesn't line up right.
yeah, this card sucks.
And like I'm also thinking on turn 5, like are you real like how many things are you killing that has 4 health? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you play this later. I mean, you definitely play it.
there's something you might not be killing, and then there's probably
Yeah.
two things you're not killing when it comes to that. Because even 3, there's 3
Yeah.
drops that have 5 health. So it's like,
just so expensive.
are you really killing
Yeah,
anything with the 4 and 3? So you maybe kill a 2, and are you really killing a 1? So it's like, yeah, I can see there being opportunities where like you go to play this and like literally you can't kill anything unless you like deal 4 damage to like a 3 health unit.
yeah, it's probably like a sideboard card, even in the double red. So I concede. I had to rate it highest because I've been talking about double red whole string. But
Yeah.
So what? Above Resolute, above Evasion.
I mean, I'm fine with it anywhere in C. Honestly, I mean, maybe it's maybe your argument for Satine I liked just because that if she is good, she's gonna be the focal point of the deck. This is more just kind of like a side add-on. So I'm fine with it at the bottom of C.
Brian Flocky, okay?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
it's better than Pyrrhic Assault. So shut up.
Pirate.
Oh, where the cards at? Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay.
Next up,
Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk it out?
we have Planetary Invasion. 12 cost, event, Separatist Plan, exploit 3, ready, up to 3 units. Each of those units gets +1/+0 and gains Overwhelm for this phase. Okay. All right. 3,
Oh God.
2, 1. C,
Double
B
D
minus,
minus.
D minus minus, B.
Wow. All right.
See, I kind of don't hate this. I feel like this is going to be like a mid-range game winner. If you have
That's where
6
I'm
units
at.
on the board.
It definitely has the
I was a-
things that you need to close the game
Yeah.
of like readying, +1 damage, and overwhelm. Like if it didn't have overwhelm, it's definitely unplayable. But that piques my interest at least. But also,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of the set 2 card off the top of my head. The like
Final
one with-
showdown.
Final Showdown.
No,
is what I
no,
was
not
thinking
Final
about.
Showdown.
Okay.
The red one with Chewie and Han on there, where it's like,
Bravado.
yeah, isn't that just like the same card?
You just ready a unit. It costs less if you killed something this turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
something like
5
that.
cost. If you've defeated an enemy unit this phase, this event costs 2 less to play. Ready unit. So it's like, well, I
And
mean,
you're
1
killing
card
stuff off
readying
your
3
board.
definitely is relevant potentially, but
But it's so expensive, and you're killing stuff to get it out there. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's like definitely a win more card, and it has to be like the stars have to align a lot, like a lot. I just think this is a silly, no good, dumb, bad card.
Wow.
That costs a lot with good art.
dude, even if you ready like 1 big thing though, like this could be wild.
It's enough. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You don't need to ready all 3.
And I'm not even that high on it, but I mean, I could see it just in certain situations really mattering.
I hate
Yeah,
it.
like I liked Final Showdown as an idea, but then once you actually get into those double yellow decks, I'm like, yeah, there's not that much that you're readying that's going to swing that hard if you have to use that many resources. But this going into any red deck instead of having to be double red is pretty interesting to me. I mean, yeah, kill 3 little things, and if you ready 1 or 2 big things, that could be enough to just finish the game.
Yeah. Imagine like readying an Avenger with this.
Just ready Anakin, Brian.
Dude, ready Anakin.
Ready the Resolute, dude.
You're literally gonna give. Yeah, you give all
There-
these big,
now
big
he's on
base
board.
Units +1. Now they
Put
have
it up a tier.
overwhelm.
Boom.
All right, where do we want to? Where was everybody's ratings?
I was B.
I think I was the lowest at C, right?
I was D
No.
minus.
Oh, no.
I was B minus, and he was D minus.
All right, so we want to go
Yeah.
C. I definitely would put
This-
it above Resolute, but
That's how I
give
feel.
this
Jack.
I give this a see me after class. That's how bad it was.
So, it's
my
really hard
God.
for me to rate because like the last 3 cards I all put D tier and you guys didn't. So I'm like trying to evaluate of like my personal preference, but also
All right,
where our boards.
I do think we need to move something from C because we have too much from C. So you can drop unlimited to top of D. I think we have to.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we have to.
I think even at this point, Christophsis might go up to B.
We could wait because I
Yeah,
feel like a few
like
coming
bottom
up are
of
going to be around there.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right. But yeah, if it's all if C's all still cramped at the end, that's fine. We can adjust from there. Next up, we have Cad Bane, 7 cost, cunning villainy ground unit, 7/7 underworld bounty hunter. When played, this unit captures up to 3 enemy non-leader units with a total of 8 or less remaining HP. On attack, the defending player may rescue a card they own guarded by this unit. If they do, draw 2 cards. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, S plus, S, A plus, and then I did B plus.
Top of the list.
Is he your number 1
He is my number 1.
of
It's
Legend?
tough because I really like. Well, I mean, all right. Well, as far as competitive value, he's my number 1. As far as what I want Maul.
Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, competitive. I think he's insane. I think obviously 7/7/7, solid. When played, is obnoxious. Captures 3 units. Non-leaders obviously with 8 or less remaining HP. Total. So I get that that's not going to capture maybe all of the biggest threats, but you're hopefully having some things hit. It obviously synergizes with Cad the leader really well, which obviously you guys know I'm a huge fanboy of because he's going to be pinging people, so things are going to have less remaining HP anyway. But simply just that, I get the on attack, they're going to rescue guys, but you're going to get 2 cards out of that when they do. So you're going to get some answers, hopefully. And they're going to come in exhausted when they get rescued. Yes, back to full health or whatever as well. But it shuts down upgrades. So you just cap something that has upgrades, they all die. Shields, experience tokens, whatever. Does that entirely. Stalls the game like crazy because you're capping 3 things. And he can cap space units, which is nuts. He's not limited to the ground arena. He just can't capture leaders. I mean, like obviously nothing can. But But then he also just, I mean, he just resets the board for you. I mean, for a second, they will get it back if they kill him. They obviously get everything back in, or they'll slowly get things back. But you're in control. If they can't kill him, you're in control of when they get back. If you want to attack, you'll get to draw 2 cards. That thing will come into play exhausted. You'll have 2 more cards in your hand to possibly answer it. I'm like crazy high on Cat. I think he's nuts. I could be talked down a little bit. But like I'm really high on Cat. I think he's insane. And this is like the one they didn't even spoil, right?
Yeah, him
Yeah,
and Planetary Invasion were the 2 that were spoiled from press kits.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, yeah. Cat. I was like, oh my god, this like amped the whole thing up to me. I'm high on him. I think he's really solid.
We got the best capture card in the non-capture set, which is fun.
That is triggering. Yeah.
I really want to play the I forget what it's called, but it's the bounty that if you defeat or capture it, you can now play it. So this will be enticing reward. No.
Is it enticing? No, it's
unrefusable offer.
Unrefusable offer. So I think unrefusable offer is going to be good with Cad Bane. You put something on it and you can just steal it. They don't even get a chance to get it back.
It's true. I honestly think he's just gonna. I think he's just gonna see play, like just splash.
Oh yeah.
I think his ability's that good that you don't even need to have a capture deck. I think you just.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's incentives to work with him, but like I think you could just put him in a lot of different decks, and it's just like brutal. You know, it's just all right. I captured 3 things. If they can't remove that 7 body, the rest of your turn, you just get to finish stuff out. I think he's good.
I like him.
Daddy like.
Yeah, I mean, my just only complaint is just I'm not sold on capture. There's definitely moments where it'll be good, and he's like the best version of capture.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll never draw unless you like capture something really important to them, because it's up to your opponent of whether they actually want to save it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like most people won't want to. They'll almost rather deal with him in another way they can. And that's how it happened in our games, Brian. You like captured 2 things, and I was like, okay, I'll just kill him with something else, and then got my cards back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Still staying resolute that I like him a lot. And yes, there is some definite counterplay to deciding whether.
Yeah, you don't just not play something because there's a counter to it.
Or right, exactly. Mitigation exists. This guy's better.
Yeah. He goes in the casino
target guy. Jack's a big spare the target guy, so you know how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, dude, with Underworld and Bounty Hunter, he works with Relentless. If you want to give him a shield and capture another thing, I think that's funny. You get a ping with other Cad Bane first to reduce the health, so you can get things. I mean, I'm obviously gonna play Cad, but I honestly think even just outside of playing like heavy capture stuff, I think you could just run this guy. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's solid. But yeah, talk me down. Put him D tier.
His booty's so big.
7 health.
Can't talk you down. He's so big.
I
think
I'm
above
high.
Grievous.
Then we got to move somebody up in the remove him Maul.
Jack's dying inside.
Jack's gonna kill. Yeah, Jack's gonna lose.
No
his
way
mind.
he's better than Grievous.
No, I think that's like fine. I wouldn't have had Maul here. I also have one more card where I'd put S tier coming up in Legendary.
I agree with you. I know which one it is.
I know which one it is too.
Mine will be there too.
Mine will be there too.
You can also just bump Ayla down to B too as well.
Yes, that's
Yeah, I think that
fine.
might be
bump
the
Grievous.
move. Honestly, just bump Grievous to D, and I'd be kind of happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Grievous is
Next
good.
card, moving on. We have a 3-cost ground unit, Ahsoka Tano, Cunning, Heroism, 3 attack, 4 health, Force Jedi Republic. While you control fewer units than your opponent, including this unit gains ambush. Action pay 2, return this unit and each upgrade on her to their owner's hand. I keep exiting out of my drawing. All right, 3, 2, 1.
1.
I love Brian's commentary on these cards.
Cool.
Oh,
It's like we're playing Mario Party. Yes. Yes.
very nice.
Nice on from golf.
Oh,
I
dude,
love it.
great game.
I mean, she put in work in every game that we played so far on both ends of it. Like,
Yeah.
I would open like it's almost just like a different take on Power of the Dark Side. Like I would open droid deployment, and then Brian would like claim, and then Ahsoka. So it's like Power of the Dark Side that leaves a 3/4 behind. I don't know how relevant the pay 2 like return will be all the time and all the upgrades
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, it could be interesting to like counter bounty decks and things like that. But I mean, I just think a 3/4 with conditional ambush is just pretty good with good tags too.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like exactly what Jack said. Decent stats with an ambush that will probably happen a decent amount of times. I mean, you can kind of play around it and do what you want with it, and it's cool. I like in yellow, like turn 2, you could play Spark of the Rebellion, and then your next turn play this, so you didn't play a unit and possibly a nice ambush there. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much the return is going to happen, and then it just makes me like question. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a legendary in my head sometimes.
I agree.
I'm kind of.
I agree with that.
I think I put A minus. So that's why I'm kind of like. Yeah, looking at the list, I'm like, Jack. I don't know. Do you think she's better than Grievous?
I could go either end of him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she's up there in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Go either end of them.
It's got,
She's got
four hands,
arms.
brother.
You can handle it. Dear Lord.
Now it's
Yeah.
a party.
That's fine.
All right. Next up, any other thoughts on that?
Nope.
Next up, we have Chancellor Palpatine. 4 cost, ground unit, double cunning, 2 attack, 6 health, Republic official. Each token unit you create enters play ready. On attack, if a unit left play this phase, create a clone trooper token. All right. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. B minus B, C, Chancellor Palpatine. Cries. What is your word?
Yes, it's okay.
No, I don't know what your smiley face.
He's
And then
okay.
Flock said D.
I said D.
He's okay.
Yeah,
He
I
gets
mean, like,
points off of being double cunning.
yeah, it just makes it harder to like fit him in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely does.
If he was single aspect cunning, I think he's B. Personally,
Yeah.
I think he's cute include, but I don't think he's like. I'm not busting down to include a
busting.
2/6 that has clones coming ready and makes clone. So
Yeah, I think he's going to be fun. I probably was a lot higher on him before the rest of the legendaries came out because I think there's some just better ones. But so I went B because I could see him being better than. I might even say bottom of B, honestly, if I look at B. But
It's kind of where I was feeling.
Flock, you're going to have to convince me on the D, though, buddy.
Yeah, I just don't see how it's going to be really that effective. Like, yeah, all the tokens come in, but like when you're running double cunning, are you really going for like a some sort of clone deck? Like I don't see it happening. I don't see you building around this card. Maybe not gonna really be useful.
Well, it doesn't. You don't have to necessarily make a clone deck. It's just more so like even if you go all in on like, just base villainy like battle droids, he will just
Mhm.
make clone troopers, and like it's just the bonus of getting a
Yeah,
a
but now
2/2.
you're playing the Palpatine deck like.
Well, and that's where the synergy will come from. Like
Yeah.
you look at him, and it's like his best spot is probably double cunning Palp,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's like how good is that deck?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
Which is why
Yeah,
I'm very excited to try it, but I don't know.
I think you need more card pool if you're. I mean, I think double cunning Palp is gonna be rough to build,
Yes.
and I'm not the kind of guy that should be building that deck. But I think
I'm
that's
very
rough.
excited to build that deck, but I do agree with you, Brian. I think it's
It's
going to
tough,
be an
man.
awkward one. It's going to be a tough deck.
You gotta have some really tight ratios in there to make sure that you're not bricked up.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
draw good, dude.
That too.
Just draw better.
Draw good or
So where are we? Bottom of B.
yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Do you want to swap him and the blue event?
Yes. That's
Yeah,
I
that's
literally
fine.
almost was just like on this list. I almost want to put him C because of
Yeah, just because of where
That's
that's
better.
at.
Yeah.
What
That's
card is triggering you the most right now, Jack?
Grievous.
Grievous is above them all, or Grievous below them all.
Or is it Kiadi? I don't know.
No, Kiadi's fine. Like 5'7".
Okay.
Whatever.
I think
He's
Grievous,
fine.
Grievous and the ship is bothering Jack.
Yeah, the ship would be D tier for me. Tranquil, but that's
You think
still
it's
fine.
that bad?
Yeah, what's it like? I don't know.
You can put it in D.
No, I don't know. We leave it. We're a
Too
community
late
here.
now.
We're a community.
Put it in D. It gets the axe.
And then yeah, the only other difference I probably would have had is like Grievous up and probably Ahsoka up at least above Maul. Not necessarily an S
You
tier,
don't like them all.
but further. I just think he's a little too linear, potentially slow, but we'll just need to see how he plays out. I also wasn't as high as Maul leader as the rest of you guys were either. So
True.
This is true.
I think that plays into it. So yeah, and then we'll bring up to our last one. Now there are two of them. 3-cost event cunning. It's a trick. Fuck. If you control exactly one
That's
unit,
big.
play a non-vehicle unit from your hand that shares a trait with the unit you control. It costs 5 less. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. S. S minus. Oh! All right, so I mean, it's up there at least.
Get gore on top, baby. Big boy. No, I don't care. This card's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just the deck building options, the potential power plays you can have, like
Yeah.
turn 2, play something, and then play this, and then play a 5-drop. Like, however you slice that, whatever trait that you want to do that in. Like, even just look at these cards here. Like, if you turn 1, play a Force or Jedi or Republic unit, and then the next turn play Kiadi Mundi or Aayla Secura, like, you're going to be feeling pretty good. Same thing with Maul.
Yeah.
If you play a Force or a Sith. So.
Yeah, I think the only downside to it is that you got to have you're going to eat a good bit of hand, right? Because you're going to play another card and this card at the same time. So you're eating 2 cards.
Yep.
But like, if that's the only downside, it's really good.
It's pretty worth it.
Because they're probably going to take 2
yeah.
cards to deal with your big thing that you just, like,
Yeah.
your 5/7 or 6/5 that you just played, or even like going into like, yeah, like playing a Zuckuss. Like if you go crafty into Zuckuss, like,
Yeah.
and then 4-Lom the turn after.
I love that. Like, this is a really cool card because it's just straight yellow. And I guess I need to go back now, Jack, that you said that you convinced Brian that these cards, these legendaries, weren't as good as last sets. I just look at this.
See that
and
my
I'm like,
ranking.
I gotta
Absolutely
look at it.
shifted everything down now. Because I mean,
That's so funny.
objectively, he's correct. I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that I mean, and the difficult part about rating these cards is there are a lot of things that I love personally, like stylistically. I think some of these cards would be a ton of fun to play with, but like,
Yeah.
my competitive brain and then like my big dumb himbo brain that wants to play Satine and like mill a million cards from your deck, they do clash, they do conflict.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to put your personal bias behind and understand that Anakin's ship is good. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, his
Very
interceptor's great. I love that as a 2-drop. Really good. Just to play.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
Interceptor's
plus 2
nuts.
has 15 health. That's crazy.
I just love S and A. I think they're all just really, really solid cards. And I feel like, I don't know if this is true at all, Jack. Maybe I feel like there's less just kind of crappy events. Like, yeah, we put the 2 at the bottom that are the double aspect cards here. And then we have like that red one that in C that could do something, the one in B that could also have an explosion play, and then this event is like, this is like a really good, solid event. I just feel like last set I was pulling like freaking the Rule with Respect, and every time I just saw Flockton's dumb face on it talking about how good that card was, and I just wanted to punch myself in the face. And then Final Showdown, and then Evacuate, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many bad events in this set, and I love that these events are bottom 2, the other 2 have really niche, really fun spots, and then this one's just nuts.
Yeah.
I won't pull any of it. I know I won't, but
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say overall set 2's legendaries were better. I just think that like it's like Rule with Respect, Endless Legions, Finalizer, like Evacuate, like all those cards exist and are pretty rough. But like, you know, I just named 6 cards, but I would argue that the bottom 6 cards on our list, you'll be just as annoyed. And even like going up further, like I'm not really sure like Clone could even potentially fall into that. Whereas like last set, you did like you got some good ones like Snoke, Darksaber, Crate, Poe, DJ, Kylo's Tie was pretty good. Yeah. Even just being a 3, the most exciting part of Kylo's Tie got overshadowed by a non-unique or non-aspect, which is hilarious. But like there were some pretty good, there were definitely duds. But you know, like DJ becomes the center of like DJ Tech decks, like the Han one.
Yeah.
Darksaber made a huge splash in the meta with Sabine. Crate and
Yeah.
Poe especially was everywhere. Crate definitely made it. Snoke was like
Yeah.
at least a 1 or 2 of and filled a good role within the villain control decks.
Yeah, I feel like we rated him. I forget where. It's gonna be fun to go back to this video in a couple months too. I got to go back now to that one. I feel like we had Snoke somewhere at like either A or high B or something. But I'm like, I really do ended up
Let's
liking
pull that
Snoke
video
a lot.
back up again and rewatch it.
Yeah, it'll be a good stream. Make
Yeah.
fun of ourselves from forever ago.
Great
I definitely
ourselves.
remember putting S for Snoke.
Well, you're just smarter than us.
I don't remember any other thing that I personally graded. I remember all the Flockton graded. I don't remember when I graded everything.
Overall, I'm pretty happy with this list, though. I think we did a good job here. There's a few things, I think each of us would change individually, but I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grievous
Solid.
is too high.
What?
Yeah, Grievous should be D,
Grievous
Resolute
is
should be
too
S,
high,
but
yeah.
other than that,
Wild.
Jack's gonna beat all of us with Grievous every day.
I
nah,
expect to pull a Hyperfoil Grievous. That will be cool.
it's not it. Brian, you're gonna pull Hyperfoil of every single card on this list.
Yeah, I know.
But we're over an hour, so we'll wrap up. Curious to hear all of your thoughts and opinions and takes and all that. But yeah, that's our legendary rankings. My brain is almost fried from ranking so many things.
There's a lot of ranking.
Back to back to back.
A lot of ranking.
But yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate y'all tuning in. Best of luck on your pre-release, on your pack polls, all those things this weekend. And we will catch y'all next time. Deuces.